It's the Cable League.
The opener has Flash and World Spine Worm. You could also tinker deck Faden. I don't know, Twitch chat. It'll be a bit. At least a couple months, I think. It's gonna be around 4 times this year. We already had 1 time. So I think it's gonna be a month or 2. We didn't take that tinker. We'd have the Citadel right here, all nice and set up. But now we don't have to agonize over it because we know the tinker's gone. I guess it's like retrofitting. What an unexciting pack, huh? I guess Ashen Rider is kind of cool with Flash. Trax is pretty cool with Flash. Didn't like drafting Displacer Kitten. Should have stuck with my guns. Hey, thanks, Emo. Looks like it could be a good sneak attack start. I think I'm just supposed to work here. Hello, show and tell. And then I like this Grief, huh? 2 of these pitch to Grief, too. It's pretty good. Are we 1-ringing? Kind of hate it. Kind of hate adding red for wheel, too. Although maybe we end up playing sneak attack anyway, and then wheel's good. Yeah, here's through the breach. One issue with adding red is that we already have like Grief here, and so we want a critical mass of black cards for Grief. Then we also are probably gonna want a critical mass of blue cards for Force. Might be a theme. Hello, Shieldred. Torsten's almost interesting. It's rare to have so many of your, so much of your disruption be creature-based, but like Torsten could find Grief. Hello, Recall. Card draw is fixing. Do I like this Grizzlebrand? It seems like it's a bit much. A bit much to cheat in. I'll draft it anyway. Time Walk Thoughtseize. That Spire Bluff's mighty tempting too. A little worried about our colors. I guess Monk's Diamond helps. Does Reanimate make any sense here? Shelllock's almost cute, huh? Got some real chonkers to cheat in. Sneak plus Tarn. There's a Dark Ritual here, too. Really want that Tarn. It's a really good Dark Ritual, though. We had a lot worth ritualing out. I'm gonna grab this Coast and Force of Will. Nice, Underground Sea. Just Underground Sea Blood Crypt. I don't think we need Emrakul. We have like a ton of stuff. Oh, Hullbreacher's gas. How are we doing on playables? Really well, right? Yeah, we kind of already have a deck. I'm going to take 2 lands here. As good as Hullbreacher is. Unclear Mox? Yes, please. Thinking about City Traders. Thinking about Remand. Hell yeah, Demonic Tutor. Not sure about any of these. Not enough stuff to clamp here. The Jace sort of makes sense. You know, we have a lot of good stuff to flash back. It just hasn't been very good for my opponents, which makes me hesitant about it. We don't play Urborg. We got a bunch of double black cards. Double off-color Mox. There's a Bloodstained Mire here, too. And Mind Twist. We have 2 on-color Mox in. think I'm just supposed to grab the Moxen anyway. It's our last pack. It's a pretty good Bloodstained Mire. Blood Crypt and Underground Sea. Yeah, but power. And it's not like a ton of lands for Mox Diamond, but we kind of need it for fixing, so I'm going to run it. This is like 7-ish blue, 8-ish blue, 7-ish black, 5-ish red. So I'd taken a Blood Crypt instead of one of those off-color Moxes. All of our numbers would be up by 1 automatically. Be a lot cleaner. Is 5 red enough? Maybe with the Urborg, 7-ish black sources will be enough. I guess you keep this. I don't love it. Maybe we'll hit a Mox and just have the turn 1. The cool thing about this hand is if they are just like chilling on some counters, we can go EOT Flash, they counter, we untap Show and Tell. The Perfect Body, yeah, you might not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. Nice Digitech. Oh, nice Hippo. Good instincts. Speaking of food, I watched that Netflix show about those Ukrainian boys that got fucking wrecked in the middle of the mountains, you know? Their plane went down, and they had to survive for, like, months without aid and stuff because people couldn't find them. They weren't where people were expecting. And I watched the whole thing, and, like, these people are scrounging, starving, freezing. They eventually have to, like, eat each other. They have to eat the dead to survive, right? And my reaction at the end was, my God, I'm hungry. And then I went and I warmed up a nice fat burrito. Fucking delicious. But I was wondering what that says about me. If I watch a film where they're literally eating each other, and I'm like, I'm so goddamn hungry right now. I think what it means is you don't want to be on a plane with me when it goes down. Like, they waited a long time. They were, like, starving and freezing and stuff. I'd be like, day one, like, they've done their part. None of us asked to be out here. I think this is good enough, right? Teferi and Mana Vault with the kitten. Looks good enough to me. I'm sure they have some kind of a win con in there. I would provide a lot of food, though. What more could I ask for? What more meaning could there be in my death than to save some weirdo's lives on a plane? Decide to sacrifice me first? Yeah, I don't think the logic holds. If you actually have to sacrifice someone, instead of just, like, waiting for people to die of natural causes, I would have the best chance of survival. my body is fully prepared for a starvation situation. Fire out this recall. No blue card for force. No Moxen for the turn 1 Bowmasters. That recall could have gone better. Not gonna lie. You think someone would naturally cause me? Oh no. Oh no. I almost want to detutor for a blue card. Just to have force up here. Ancient Rome was the best. The bigger your belly, the higher your public standing. Yeah, see? Why don't we listen to their values? If Lead in the Pipes was good enough for Ancient Rome, it's gotta be good for us, right? I think I want to chill on this troll just in case we want to tutor up Grief. Right. You seem kind of weirdly into the lead idea, Dagon. You would have detutored for a Mox last turn? Yeah, that would have worked. I'm still not sure if I want to go get like a blue card or a Grief with it. Give you Lethargy or give you Death? Yeah, we should have the freedom to drink what we want. Here's America. Lead was good enough for my ancestors. And I turned out just fine. Which everybody agrees I turned out fine. Well, let's see if this works, huh? Fucking troll coming through. I'm glad I'd never been that troll. And now we get a game 3. I almost like this with the Grief. It kind of sucks, but it's kind of good. Correct, desparring. Big agree. Do I want a wheel here? Yeah, whatever. Kind of feels like I'm saving them. I think I'm gonna recall on their upkeep. Oh, nice. Force of Will. We can't quite sing attack plus act. Oh, yeah, we can. We just don't Dark Ritual. Is this cat fine? Sure. Uh-oh, another tanking. Alright, maybe I should have forced it. Just a time saver. Opponent's over there like, this idiot let my cat resolve. What a fucking dummy. Currently we're saving Force of Will for Teferi, but I do regret not countering the cat in retrospect. It's like already gotten too much value. We didn't get Black Lotus here, right? Yeah, no. We could draw Mox Ruby, though. That'll let me double activate. The last time I had a cat in play, I got to activate top to draw a card and then recall myself and blink the top. Drawing 4 cards off Ancestral Recall. It was pretty good. Let's see if they can accomplish a similar feat. You do need an instant speed card for that to work, because you got to respond to the top drawing. We don't make 2 red in Ritual. We can just cast the Sneak Attack. Cast Sneak Attack, play the Mountain, activate. I wonder if that's better than just playing Shieldred. Shieldred's pretty good. We could Shieldred and then pass with Mana Leak up. That's probably better, right? Than sneaking here. No Twitch chat. Why would it be? You tap your top and put it on top. But now what? The Mana Leak might not be that exciting with the Mana Vault here. The good news is the Shieldred does stop them from going infinite with the cat. But I guess if they're going infinite with cat, they're doing it with Teferi, and Teferi would just bounce Shieldred. Infinite resolved. Correct, Twitch chat, yeah. And to blink it, like I said, and to blink it for draw value, you need instant. If you had Mystic Forge, sure. Doesn't this also turn off their cat? I kind of want to Mana Leak it anyway. Teferi bounces a Mox. You play the Mox blinks Teferi with the kitten. Teferi down ticks, bounces Mox. Repeat. Floating with Mox mana every time. Yeah, thanks for the 30 months there, John B. Sharing the prime. Yeah, the Dress Down turns off my Shielded, but it does also turn off their cat. Now they could, like, successfully resolve draw 7 without dying. Maybe they're just trying to get 1 card deeper for top. Just want to cantrip. I'm pretty okay with that, too. Cash back in? What the fuck is cash back in? Opponent is taking actions, huh? Game actions, the best kind of actions. Hey, Hyperfencer, thanks for the sob. Yeah, Teferi's nuts. I like that it's, like, not even really the best 3-mana walker in Vintage Cube, though, right? It's probably behind Narset and probably Dak, too. Oko is playable in this format, yeah. Just like it's playable in actual Vintage. Does this resolve? Opponent. Guilty wins! Yay. This is kind of what I was getting at. How nuts would this hand be if we had a blue source, huh? We'll string a Mage Nab and just another Mox. I kind of want a Retrofitter should be in just so the Tricky Mage can get gas, I haven't really wanted to activate a Retrofitter yet, but this hand could use something. Uh-huh. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, that removes my turn 1 Thoughtseize plan. If we had Black Lotus, we'd be very close to this Atraxa, right? Am I supposed to grab the Mox Pearl just in case? Have 5 mana towards the 7. We also have like several double blue cards for that Sapphire. I think it's better to grab the Sapphire. And then a few turns from now, when I've got to track some mana and can't play it, y'all can mock me. Might need to draw 7 to keep up with this One Ring. This is Eagles of Death Metal. They are not playing Death Metal. I've been betrayed. Maybe Orcs would save me here. Something to turn off the One Ring draw or make it look poopy. Oh, shit. That seems like a good draw. Let's lead on this Thoughtseize. Increase the chance of it resolving. Nope, that's no head. I would not want to either. Wow, there's some cards, huh? There's some fucking cards. We didn't get a land. Mox Pearl, Mana Leak. I guess if I grab Mana Leak, then I can't get Through the Breach. Through the Breach is pretty nice for our next thing. Opponent's gonna have Cryptic Command up on my turn. Maybe they're just gonna Paradoxical Outcome. I mean, Mana Leak looks actually really good. Looking at their hand. Bunch of 4 mana shit. And then I guess I'm grabbing Grief. Just the disruptive stuff. Kind of unexciting. I guess Trinket Mage should have served, huh, before I played Show and Tell. Got a little ahead of myself there. Damage could matter, right? With their One Ring going. Where's that fine? Yeah, if we tune them to be at 12 and then potentially take 6 from the One Ring and the Mana Crypt here. I could definitely see regretting missing that Trinket Mage attack. You would elite the Urza? Why is that? If I leak the Urza, they can like let it get countered, and then they can resolve Paradoxical there. Feels worse to me. Like they can just let the leak resolve and let the Urza get countered, right? Yeah, I think the Urza was bait. I really want to recall. I'm not going to, but I really want to. They get a Lotus. Well, the Tameshi only has a few lands in play for Lotus. It would have let them resolve Paradoxical around Leak, though, for sure. Any 3 mana would have. Well, I guess Cryptic can bounce the One Ring. Or Displacer Kid and Hum. Kind of feeling like this is not a game we get to win. We'll see what's in the rest of their deck, though, huh? Kitten Ring is gross. Yeah, Kitten Ring is gross. Kitten Urza is gross. Looks like a really good cat deck. This kitten's got claws. Does it seem like my win rate's a lot higher in Supreme? Oh, it is, yeah. Especially when I'm try-harding as opposed to trying to make non-blue work. Oh, tapping LED, that makes sense. Sure. Yeah, it might be rough, Big Titty, for that to be the win. Because they got Cryptic Command and Force Negation. So they'd have to, like, waste the Cryptic Command on something and then tap weird so the mana link could trade with Force Negation. That just seems unlikely. We'll see, though. They do have to deal with my Atraxa here. They don't get the comes into play trigger from casting One Ring Thopter Gifts. They've just been blinking it. It can feel like 9 years instead of 9 months. I've been there before. The fact that we have to redraw the leak is pretty gloomy looking. Scooping a memory lapse, plus Force Negation. That ring hung out just a smidge too long, huh? Nah, they had the recall covered. No one you knew. We knew they had a Force Negation in their hand, so they literally couldn't have drawn too deep. It was GG. Had enough of their bases covered. Just blinkers a few more times. They had plenty of mana, no one you knew. How could they have, like... For one, they had started blinking their Urza, which generates mana, right? It doesn't decrease mana. So they're not going to be able to blink their Urza and blink the One Ring long enough to, like, get to a spot where recall is... It was enough. I was done. No. Simplify this a smidge. So I'm gonna I guess I have to Chromox imprint Sneak Attack. Troll's got a blue source I can grab, right? Yeah, the Underground Seam. So Chromox imprint Sneak, use that to bin Troll, Swamp Thoughtseize them. Maybe I Swamp Thoughtseize first. For sure, no one you know. Thanks for the 2 months. Thanks for sharing that Prime. I'm gonna take their Mox Pearl. That's what I'm gonna do. Leading on the Mox. God damn it. Now I get to lose the One Ring again. Rude indeed. We've got like a turn to maybe draw an Orc or something, but even then the balance can clear it, right? Maybe it's supposed to get Flash and just use that to answer the One Ring. I'm gonna get recall. I wonder if casting it's bad. If they feel like balancing, they drop to 3. Yeah, I wonder if regret not getting flash from the demonic tutor. My opponent just AFK here. This Force Will has not been working out, Opponent's got to think if they're going to balance before activating the One Ring. That's why we didn't play the Shell Dog, by the way. Yeah, we'd be discarding down to 2 cards here. Keeping the 2 cards that we kept being Flash and Ashen Rider would be pretty sweet on this board, actually. But we didn't know what we were going to draw. At least one of the cards was a Mox. God damn it. Just sitting here watching them draw cards while I have a Shield in hand. Pretty much the worst feeling in Magic, Pretty much just the most frustrating feeling in Magic. Hey, take care, bunny. Do the balance if we don't recall? Probably. I mean, maybe not, right? We could have just chilled. But we could have found Grief. We could have found more Moxen. The recall could also get worse on their turn. Who knows? I'm going to keep this, but I hate it. No blue mana. No interaction. Kind of the issue with the Stink Attack, Show and Tell through the Breach win con. It's too clunky, takes too many cards. I can't even turn one that's shielded. Although I should have imprinted it to play the Sneak Attack turn 1. That I could have done. That's how the hand changed. Well, foot. Maybe I'll sack out River Red Source or a red card. Not a ton of red cards in here, though. Let's see if the Shieldred does anything. Golem is not, in fact, a golem. Golem was originally something that was like pretty Hobbit-like, right? Smeagol. Hey, Unopanissus thinks the Prime, thinks the 34. Other people not unlike hobbits? Yeah, yeah. Sharing a lot of hobbit characteristics, but... if the Demonic Tutor resolves there, I don't know if I get a blue card, or a Force of Will, or a blue source to play the Narset. Is Shieldred gonna solo another game? What an absurd Magic card. Yeah, played that game real sloppy, I think. Fortunately, Shieldred did some work. We're gonna Mox and then bin Troll for Underground Sea. Then we can recall turn 1. Some of ours are just built different than Summer's. I'm over here, like, tutoring up a Force of Will so I can feel safe. You're like, triple bolts. Glengarry Glen Ross. Yeah, classic, Draw spells are for closers. Hey, no Inquisition turn 1. That's what I was a little bit worried about, because we did see that card out of them last game. Maybe I recall on my turn. Don't have to worry about, like, orcs and shit. Orcs, Hull Breacher. Yeah, I like that one. Give me a swamp, who cares? I don't need that swamp anyway. That swamp was holding me back. What boxes do we have? Emerald, Pearl, Ruby, Sapphire, Chrome, Diamond. I guess the color doesn't matter that much, right? We can treat Mage and still Bowmaster next turn. Well, we're not going to be Bowmastering next turn. Hey, Kai Storm, thanks for sharing the Prime. The 73. 73 feels like a lot of months. We had a 108 month earlier. My God. I'm so old. Boomer ass streamer hours here. Alright, I need to play another land. Oh shit, what up? Conduit Dan with 82 month subs saying boomer ass train. Yeah. Yeah, run the train on this. Wait, hold on. Let me reconsider the phrasing. I almost like Mox Diamond here. Yeah, fuck it, give me the diamond. You trying to remember what the stream looked like when you started? Yeah, it's gone through some shifts, My original overlay was not really an overlay at all. It was just like things hovering on the screen. Which worked just fine. Hell yeah, Mr. Mike. This one I've had for a while now. Like 6 or 7 years or something. Oh shit, that's pretty good, right? Just lead on that one. So this Breach is the scariest card. But Spell Pierce answers this my Through the Breach. Let's probably find something, It did not. It super did not. If I had a blue card for this Force of Will, I'd feel pretty good about this. I do not have that. The Inquisition can even have the wheel if they want to. Kind of surprised I didn't lead on Inquisition. They don't know about the Shelldock, right? So if that last card was a blue card to pitch to Forest, then you counter Breach there. Kind of gunks up their whole turn. Maybe they just don't have enough mana if they do that. For other plans. Uh-huh. Alright. Yeah, and that's kind of the issue. That's kind of the issue with using Sting Attack and Through the Breach as your win condition, is we have all these fucking non-blue cards in our deck. If all of that shit was just like a pile of counter spells, then we would just never have that issue with Force of Will, right? We could just kill people with Grief and Bowmasters or Children. That's really all you need. You end up doing a better deck that way. But I also don't want to just draft the same deck over and over again. That's no fun. Kind of cool seeing if other archetypes can do something sweet. Well, the amount of acceleration in this deck, you would think that this might be a mull, but you can actually cast our spells. We've got a Time Walk, so we've had worse openers. Yeah, we got to resolve it, huh, Gifts? What's our best draw here? Flash? Snow Intel? Orcs? Orcs now, huh? Dark Ritual for that turn 2 Shieldred. Lotus and Soul Ring. Neither of those cards are in my deck. I guess neither is Dark Ritual. Oh, no, there it is. Nothing to see here. Hey. Wasn't expecting that one to resolve. Time Walker Recall. Time Walk's in a graveyard and just got dressed. I think Orcs are better draws than Recall when you have a Wheel of Fortune in your hand. And now our best rip is probably Thoughtseize or Grief. So we can make sure the coast is clear before we wheel. Uh-huh. Time Walk's the best pick one in regular cube. The cool thing about Time Walk in regular cube is it's like very good in your opening hand, but it's also like very good when you top deck it later. Whereas if you have like a Mox or a Soul Ring or something, that's going to accelerate you. It's going to be like really nutty in your opening hand, but at a certain point, it's just going to be, you know, any other top deck, right? Like a land or something. And Time Walk can also make some cards like way, way fucking better, right? Like cards like Regrowth and Tameo and Snapcaster, all the things that rebuy it. Can turn some drag picks into like really, really good picks. And Ancestral Recall does something kind of similar. But in a format where you've got like all the free mana in the world, and you're playing fewer creatures, and I think Time Walk takes a bit of a dip. Still very, very good. Still like obviously nutty, but I don't think it's the best one anymore. Hey, good night, Funky Time.